Okay, I am live, but I'm going to say that everything that is going to happen today, I have never done from a technology perspective, so I don't know how that's all going to shake out. Okay, today is the last day of September, and here is what two of my three granddaughters looked like a year ago, September. And this one had a third birthday this week. And before she went to school on Wednesday, I sang happy birthday to her. And it was prearranged with, she lives in Dallas. I live in Cincinnati, so it was a cyberspace thing, and um, uh, she, I sang to her. She opened the present that I, I didn't actually buy the present. I subsidized the buying of the present with her parents. I gave them money the first of the year and said, spend this on your daughter, whatever is appropriate at this time. So very happily, she opened the package and she had, I didn't know what it was because her parents bought it. They were dancing shoes, and she loved them and she put them on and she started dancing. But my oldest granddaughter, her sister Eloise, who is 9, said, Grandpa David, I can't wear those to dance because I'd break. So this is what happened on Wednesday. Uh, this week was really one of the most memorable weeks of all of my weeks, as several things happened this week that haven't happened for a long time. Uh, One thing was I attended yesterday a networking event sponsored by in Cincinnati Score, and they had other folks who, well, Key Bank was one of the sponsors, and geez, I can't remember who the other one was. But yesterday was the first time in uh, at least 15 years that I did a face to face networking event. Uh, that used to be my forte back, I don't know, it was early 2000, probably around 5 or 6. I actually put together sole proprietor, solopreneur communities together in Cincinnati, Dayton, and Columbus. And I did that for a couple years, and a lot of folks from those three markets actually benefited when I came into that market once a month and did a lunch, and we networked and we had events. And then uh, once a year, I brought all three of the markets, Dayton, Cincinnati, and Columbus together. And it was really interesting. The area where I brought them together was almost in the exact center of all of the markets. It was amazing. exit 50 on 71 North. We met there and we had a wonderful interacting event with the three markets, and friendships were made, and collaborative partnerships were made, and it really was a great thing. Wow. Uh, Emery had a third birthday, and I sang happy birthday to her this week, and we had a lot of fun with that. Uh, I told you about the event that I had, attended yesterday, the first face to face networking event I've done in years, and absolutely really great things happened to me. And actually, next steps were defined with three different folks that I interacted with yesterday. So we're looking forward to that. Uh, this week, I also launched for the first time in a lot of years. It's probably 40 years since I did a package like this one, but it's a direct mail package. The target is the any folks in the 309 zip codes in the four-county Ohio market of the USA Cincinnati Chamber. Uh, that's what we are targeting. And um, so all of my energies at this time are going towards that market, but I am sure that information that we are sharing now will create interest in other markets, but whatever. So let me explain to you why I did each one of the different things that I did on this personalized direct mail package. And I probably should pause for a moment and share that for most of my lifetime, I have been blessed with the opportunity to create a project that I wanted to do and then find folks who would benefit from the same project. And that has happened for my entire lifetime. So that's why there's additional meaning to what I'm going to share today. So uh, I put I sent out actually two packages this week. One was to um, a company who, if they accept the idea that I shared with them, it closes the market. And the other one was a business attorneys who have established a wonderful position in the Cincinnati market where I live, and I've watched them develop their marketing sales concept, and they probably not probably they have to be the best based upon how much money they are spending to do what they do, and they do it really really well. But okay, I had four forever stamps on this particular package that I sent to two companies, And when I went to the post office up the street to find out exactly how much it was to send these, she told me you had too many stamps on there because each one of those stamps represents 60 cents. So that's $2.40. And it only is going to cost you, what you tell me, $1.96 to send the package that you wanted to send. So I said, okay, send the package and I'll know better the next time. So um, that's the postage. Um, I'm showing two return postage stamps on this, and um, I will use one of the two depending upon who it is I'm trying to reach. This one is pretty straightforward. Me. This return is very straightforward. St. Jude's Hospital, and I will use it, and I will use every single one of them because I totally support whatever it is that St. Jude's Hospital does. Um, I have a personal uh, relationship there, and I actually have a St. Jude's mechanical heart valve in me, so whatever for St. Jude's. But I was on this envelope, and I did not. I bought this envelope from Staples. They printed these for another uh, purpose. I said, "Wow, that will absolutely create the image of what it is I'm trying to sell." So I bought uh, a box or two boxes of these. It's thanking folks for 19 minutes of their time. 19 minutes of their time is a very big concept for me because I created that concept in 1978 to market and sell a publishing a new magazine that I was introducing into my hometown, and it uh, we created a media campaign way back then, and it wasn't internet; it was very basic media, and we were thanking folks for 90 minutes of their time. I sent this out to a lot of folks in my market, Canton, Ohio, Stark County, Ohio, and 750 of those folks showed up to a 5 day wine and cheese after hours presentation that we had where we were going to actually show the 19-minute video. Well, it wasn't a video back then. I don't I don't know what it was. It was well, it was a video, but the technology way back then was way different than the technology is today. So we we sent this out. It was a concept that worked very well for me. It was first class mail. Inside the window, we hand I hand wrote somebody who I wanted to receive this mailer, and the individual personalization of whatever it is you're trying to do is very important. It's been of ultimate importance for me because I have not been a mass marketer over the years. I've been a very precise, disciplined, direct marketer. So anybody who would receive a mailing package like this, I've researched why they would want to open up the envelope. And when they opened up the envelope today, they would find this mailer that I have done to, I don't know how many folks, but this is precisely the story that is being told today. Once again, the theme of thank you for 19 minutes of your time. And I put a QR code on this mailer that referred back to Cincinnati Marketing Sales Collaborative Partnership. And I was able then to connect with, measure folks who responded to it. And then inside of this week's package, I included a letter, a handwritten letter on especially while it was the Dreaming with Entrepreneurs concept, it was the clouds, and so our back there is our clouds, are our clouds, and the mailing was going to you. And I say you, the you is the individual who I have researched and uh, made every marketing and sales sense for them to get involved into a collaborative partnership with our community. Celebrate Business .us. So that's the approach. And um, if you have anybody who should see this for whatever reason, please send it to them, and in the um, send a comment, talk to me, communicate with me, tell me why you did it, so we might be able to have an opportunity to connect with each other to talk about whatever it is, the why. Why did you do what you did? An extremely important concept in marketing and sales. Believe me. Okay, so that's what I want to share today, and I'm doing it in a way that I've never done it before. So we'll see how that works out. It's going to be at davidfleopold.com, my personal website. It's going to get into Facebook somehow when I figure out how to best get it into Facebook. It'll be in my news feed, but there's no way that I can get it into my story in Facebook. So those folks will have to come to davidfleopold.com to see that video. It's been a wonderful week that isn't over yet, because tomorrow I will be sending my direct mail package to at least 3 folks, and I'll walk it up there are three companies, and I walk it up the street to the post office, and they'll get them Monday or well, probably I don't know how the post office is in dire straits right now. At one time in my life, uh, post offices were my third most important vendors, suppliers. Uh, my uh, Can Graphic Arts, who created the plates and the negatives for uh, my printers to print what I was printing, and that was a wonderful experience that I had with two brothers in downtown Canton, and uh, actually started to get involved with them if it was advantageous for me to buy their print shop. They were printing my publication and uh, very, uh, the Warner Brothers, uh, very important to my publishing. It's where I started in Canton, Ohio, and they were very close friends, suppliers, and friends. And even when my father passed away, they sent a contribution that presented a prayer book in the sanctuary forever in my father's name. And actually, I have a copy of it somewhere, and I'll have to figure out where that is. But it's it was a wonderful week, and I was able by the networking event that I attended yesterday that was sponsored by Score. I was able to validate what it is that I am trying to do, and even I I sent an email to a friend today saying that what I heard and watched yesterday as a marketing strategy and a sales strategy, I couldn't accept because I have always built a marketing sales one word marketing sales strategy that I've been doing it for over 50 years, so it has worked very well for me over the years. But it's about how the two absolutely necessary disciplines to any business, big or small, how they work together to produce the desired, expected results. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple, and so that's what is going on today as an outcome to my face-to-face networking event yesterday. I'm trying to set up a video chat with a contact friend that I had years ago in the local office of the SBA.gov office here in Cincinnati, Bonnie Deer. And yesterday I met an individual, and she probably has the same uh, designation that Vonnie had years ago. and that is and it's Nicole, uh, and she is the lead economic development specialist. And I'm pretty sure that was Bonnie Deer's uh, uh, title uh, 15 years ago, maybe uh, somewhere in between 10 and 15. And uh, Bonnie and I did a live YouTube, well, live on my channel YouTube, inside the offices of the Cincinnati SBA. And uh, I have no idea if that's ever been happened, if it's ever happened before that a YouTube was done inside their offices by somebody outside of SBA.gov. Uh, but that happened, and uh, it what I sent as a message to Nicole and Bonnie is that we would have a lot of fun to discuss what my current mission business model is, celebrate business.us. If we had a video chat about it, and in each of their perspectives, they would share with me what their thoughts were. And so I sent that out today as a let's let's do it, and um, we will. Uh, I told them that if they permitted me to do so, I would record what it is that we did, uh, what we spoke about, and then I would post it in all the digital areas that I post YouTube URLs, and I would give them that URL, each one of them, to use as any way they so desired. So we'll see how they respond to that. Uh, I don't know if I mentioned or not. This is a sheet that I present, that I do. I handwrite it with creative marketing sales ideas that I think, I more than think, I know will work for them. And so I send this as a part of the package. This weekend, I will send out at least three packages. They will go to, for sure, banks in the Cincinnati market, and there are a couple Cincinnati banks that have national presence. So I will absolutely target those folks. Uh, Actually, was a customer of them years ago, and so we'll have some fun trying to engage them into celebrate business dot us. I'll see you soon, and have a great weekend. Um, Lots of things going on in Cincinnati this weekend. Unfortunately, there's lots of horrible things going on this weekend in Florida and South Carolina, probably North Carolina, and I'm not sure. I think that's probably it for this weekend. Oh, I never did say why I wanted to dedicate um, this video to actually John Lorman. Uh, I first met John when I was 7 years old. I'm sure it was not 6 years old when I met John because I was the choice of, in my kindergarten class, um, when we played house, there were six 6 year olds who were the mother of the house, and somehow I often got chosen as the father of the house. So that's how I'm sure it wasn't John back then because he would have been chosen, not myself. But John and I have known each other in whatever capacity since we were in the first grade. And we grew up in uh, it was a rectangle, our neighborhood. It was 7 blocks, no, 7 blocks uh, east to west. It was 5 or 6 blocks north to south. And John lived in one quadrant, and I lived in another quadrant, but we went to the same grade school. So we've been interacting in whatever capacity for 66 years of whatever we've gone through. So John was took it upon himself to make the 55th reunion of the 1967 graduating class of Lehman High School to make it happen. And he has worked hard to make it happen. And uh, I told John back in January that the only weekend that I absolutely would not be available, and it didn't matter, it was just me, would not be available was the last weekend in September. And lo and behold, over the months that John had and to communicate with people, the best date was tonight, Friday night, September 30th, and tomorrow, October 1st. And because I had original plans to spend Wednesday with my youngest granddaughter, Emery, who is 3. She's the only grandchild that I have never celebrated a birthday with because of distance and times and circumstance and whatever. But her father, my son Sam, said that it's not a good weekend to come, and because Sam is taking his life to the next level, so there was no way that I was going to interfere with that. So on Wednesday, I sang happy birthday to Emery, happy third birthday. And Emery, next year, Grandpa David will celebrate your birthday with you. Mark it on your calendar. So it's been a wonderful week. I hope your week has been challenging and wonderful. and thought provoking. And maybe next week will be even better. And we'll see you then.